So, I'm making a big video on Mario Party 4, and it's still in the works, and seeing as how I haven't uploaded anything on this channel in a minute, I figured I'd make a quick review video on the new Mario movie since I saw it yesterday as of recording this. I'm not going to be giving any big spoilers away, but I am going to talk about certain parts of the movie, and I'm obviously going to go through specific parts, because if I went through the entire movie from start to finish, this would not be a quick review video. So with that out of the way, let me tell you about my quick thoughts on the Super Mario Bros. Movie. When rumors were going around that this movie would be made by Illumination, I immediately had my severe, very negative doubts on this movie being anywhere close to being good given Illumination's reputation for appealing to children and basic white moms. The more trailers that came out, the more I tried to remain hopeful that this movie would be good, but the fact that Illumination was making it, and considering how horrible Nintendo is with its IP, definitely gave me concerns this movie wasn't going to be good. However, the more people saw it, and the more people told me that they saw it, the more people said it was very, very good, and that I should go watch it. So I decided to give it a shot. Within 15 minutes of the movie, all of those worries were subsided, and I ended up watching what is easily, in my opinion, the best Illumination movie to date. The very beginning, I was expecting, because it's what the trailers showed, but when we got to Mario, I wasn't expecting them to actually have him in Brooklyn, least of all with the family. I didn't expect Charles Martinet to be in the movie, least of all with multiple roles, and his gear was a great reference. All the references, don't get me started. As a former diehard, not so much now fan of Nintendo and a lifelong diehard fan of Mario through and through, there are dozens upon dozens of Easter eggs and references to stuff in the franchise. Half of the time, I wasn't even focusing on what was happening. I was looking in the background for as many Easter eggs as I could find, and this movie did not disappoint whatsoever from beginning to end. They really left no stone unturned when it came to references in this movie, from the original Mario game, to Game & Watch, to Punch-Out, to Yoshi, to Hotel Mario. Hotel Mario is referenced in this movie. If I wanted you to take anything away from this video on wanting to watch the Mario movie, it's that Hotel Mario is referenced. Even for a split blink and you'll miss it second, it counts. However, a bunch of Easter eggs a good movie does not make, the second Chip and Dale being a prime example for this. So I wanted to make sure Illumination knew what they were doing when they were making this movie, and whenever Peach's castle is showed for the first time, that's when I thought, okay movie, you have my attention. They play the castle theme from Mario 64 when it shows Peach's castle, the very song playing in this video right now. They knew exactly what they were doing when they did that, took the attention to detail seriously, and it made me take the movie seriously because of it. I have heard a few complaints that the pacing of the movie wasn't necessarily the best, but if you're a fan like me, the pacing is no problem whatsoever because of everything you can see not only in the background, but in the actual plot. I wasn't expecting them to show Baby Mario, Luigi, or Peach, and they showed that Peach isn't a helpless princess while not making her out to be a Mary Sue. Peach did have her own game where she saved Mario, so I appreciate the fact that they didn't make her completely helpless, but not so over-the-top, independent, strong woman. Bowser? Jack Black. Don't ever change. Donkey Kong. I honestly don't care for Seth Rogen as an actor because in all of his movies he doesn't play any character. He just, like Adam Sandler and Dwayne Johnson, plays himself. And his role of Pumbaa in the live-action Lion King definitely made me concerned on how he would handle Donkey Kong, since it's another animated character. However, Seth Rogen does not play himself in this movie, he plays Donkey Kong. It just so happens that he's voiced by Seth Rogen, so that expectation, like many others, were completely blown out of the water for me as well. The only complaint I would have about this movie is that certain characters are not in the movie, which I will refrain from saying, so that way you can keep an eye out for those characters as well, but they were definitely hinted at to where you know they're going to be in future movies, but the characters that were in this movie? Chunky Kong is back. He's not dead anymore, guys. He's back and better than ever! The last time he was seen in anything was in Donkey Kong 64, and he's in the Mario movie, and they even play the DK rap from Donkey Kong 64. We also saw characters with abilities we hadn't seen beforehand, and that was more than welcome for me because the designs looked amazing. The action scenes didn't disappoint, the story was very good and very much aligned with the things in the video games, and I wasn't actually expecting the end of the movie to go the way it did with where the final battle took place. When I went to the theater to watch it with my best friend that dressed up as Luigi while I dressed up as Waluigi, here's the photo, I told him, I swear they're going to defeat Bowser by grabbing his tail and swinging him, and I'm going to lose my shit when they do. And they did! I was hopping out of my VIP seat with my best friend when they did it. Oh, speaking of, when me and my best friend showed up to watch the movie dressed up as Luigi and Waluigi, one of the theater managers came out while she was on her break and gave us free basic tickets to see the movie and told us, here, have fun. So we used it as a discount to get VIP seats. I ended up getting in cheaper than my 5.5-year-old niece did, and I'm very happy with that. Anyways, the locations in the movies didn't disappoint either. I loved that the Kongs have the carts and how we got to Rainbow Road on top of it.
It's called a road, it's called a Rainbow Road.
Yes, me and my best friend also said that whenever it showed up in the movie. I'm pretty sure when Mario skips over one side of Rainbow Road onto another, that was a reference to not only shortcuts in Rainbow Road in general, but the big shortcut in Mario Kart 64's Rainbow Road, but that might just be me looking too far into it. Either way, it's a great reference. The world in this movie is amazing, and we see so much of so many different pieces come together throughout many games, and again, it's too many references to name. I haven't even talked about the score or CGI in this movie, and I kid you not, this is easily one of the best animated movies ever made. The score on top of it is something to be inspired by because, again, there were so many references to video game music throughout the entire Mario franchise, and it's all done wonderfully. There were a few songs that were in the movie that aren't in Mario, like Take On Me by a-ha, but they aren't shoved down your throat. Instead, they're played lightly in the background to suit the situation while what's happening on screen takes the scene instead of the song, and that is putting modern music into video game movies done right. I have no complaints about the CGI or the soundtrack for the movie because they did nothing but hit it out of the park in every category. The only time I recognize it as an Illumination movie was whenever they show the Illumination logo at the very beginning. There was also a dog that looked like it belonged in The Secret Life of Pets as well, but aside from that, you couldn't tell this movie was made by Illumination. The CGI, oh my god, the CGI, like, they went all out with this and you can tell. Not in terms of just CGI or soundtrack, but in terms of the whole movie. I could keep talking about this, but I would literally be ruining the entire movie for you. I could not recommend viewing this movie any more than I already have. I will say it again. If you somewhat like Mario, or you're a die-hard fan like I am, this movie will not disappoint you whatsoever. I couldn't have asked for a better movie. Yeah, there was one or two things I would have wanted to see in the movie, but that does not take anything away from it. It is, in my opinion, the best Illumination movie to date, and is the best video game movie to date as well, even topping the second Sonic movie. And you all know how much I love the second Sonic movie. I cosplay as Dr. Robotnik from that movie and met Miss Chalice. There's my one-con reference per video, looking at that Chalice Funko right now as I'm recording this audio, but you all know how much I love the second Sonic movie, so the fact that I'm saying this is better than it, take my word for it. Actually, don't take my word for it. Again, go see the movie. I love not only how they reference memes in plain sight, but secretly as well. If you watch the movie, you'll notice that Luigi basically wins by doing absolutely nothing, and you all know what I'm referencing with that. Mary Sue? More like Mary Lou, am I right? Oh, I thought it was funny, Jen. So, with all of that out of the way, what would I rate the Mario movie out of 10? I wouldn't say 10 because it is easily the best video game movie and the best Illumination movie. It's not a perfect movie though, so I'm not going to give it a 10. However, I am very confident in giving it the same rating I gave The Bad Guys, and I'm giving it a 9.9 out of 10, because not only did it blow all of my expectations out of the water in terms of the movie itself, but everything in it. And it has made me very excited to see where they take the next movie from here. Like I said with the third season of the Cuphead show, and I'm pretty sure they're not making a fourth season, so that rating stands for now. If the second movie ends up being better, I will knock this rating down, but for now, a 9.9 it is for this movie. And with all that said and done, that was my quick thoughts on the Mario movie. Again, I could not recommend seeing this movie any more than I already have, and I can't wait to get it on 4K when it comes out. Like, go see the movie after watching this video if you can. I cannot tell you how good it was. You have to see it for yourself. I want to thank you guys for watching and being lenient with my inactive uploads. Thanks to Jen for helping me make these videos, even though she hasn't been in them in the past few videos. And as always, take care, and have a good one.